Hello everyone, I've had somebody request that I do a tutorial on a look I did a couple weeks ago maybe. It's all done using Face Balm Cosmetics. The colors I'm using, I gotta put the caps back on these so I don't spill them everywhere, can all be found on her Etsy page. I'm using Poe, Majora's Mask, a color called Leeb. It's my nickname. It's kind of awesome. It's purple with lots of holographic glitter, and a color called Diamond Eyes. Now, take the lids back off all of these. As you can see, I'm sure if you follow closely, or even if you don't, I just want to let you know I made a video, a prime and prep video, and I've taken those steps, as you can see. This look is going to be applied over a black and white base. I'm going to have 3 different brushes because I have 3 different colors. That's how I like to do it. I don't have to clean the brush in between uses. These all came with the L'Oreal Hip pigment, loose pigments, and I love them. They're cheapy little brushes, kind of generic, but I really like them. I'm also going to use one of the 2 of these. I'm not sure. They're both blending brushes. As you can see, they're very fluffy and soft. And then this is the brush I'm going to use for my highlight. I need to wash my brushes so bad. So what you start out doing is you start out with your lighter color, which would be Poe. It's a very light pastel purple. You pick some up on your brush, and you just, pat that to blend it around so you don't have that crease. And you just pat it into place. And then you will move on to your next color, which is Majora's Mask. You pick some up on your brush, and you pat it into place. I'm going to pick up my actual mirror here so I can see what I'm doing a little bit better. And then, with your last brush, you pick up Leeb. And since all I have is a sample, I'll get it out of the baggie, which is not a problem. Pick up some, and then pat it into place. I'm going to do my other eye real fast, and then I'll come back and we'll blend. Okay. Blending is the part I get the most questions on. How do I blend? How do I get everything blended? Take my brush with the lightest color, and I will pick up just a tiny amount of color. Just a tiny, and then I will sort of just lightly brush and pat in between the 2 colors. As you can see, that didn't really blend them, but then you move on to your middle color, get a little bit more on your brush, and just kind of brush and pat until, as you can see, the line has disappeared. Then you move on to your outside color. You're going to pick up a little more of your middle color and just brush and pat back and forth. Then you will pick up your last color, your outer color. Get a little bit more on the brush. You don't want a whole lot. I got a little too much. And you'll brush and pat back and forth. There you go. It's really that simple. See the difference? I'll blend this eye, come back and show you how I blend out up here. Okay, our next step is to blend out this area here to make a smoother line instead of this harsh line. I'm going to take this, it's an ELF, Eyes, Lips, and Face blending brush. I'm going to just take it and just rub this line here. Just rub it until it gets nice and soft. As you can see, it softens up quite nicely. And then what I like to do also is I might take a little bit of my darkest color here, and I'm going to take this Eco Tools brush. It's a highlight brush. I don't use it for highlights. I'm going to dip it just a smidge on my bristles here and swirl it around on the edge of the bag to get it pretty evenly coated. Tap off a little of my extra, and then I'm going to take that and just rub right along that line. That helps blend it out a little bit. See the difference? Now real quick before I finish up my other eye, I'm going to go on to my highlight color, which is Diamond Eyes. It's a pink that's got, or white, I'm sorry, that's got like a blue tint to it, which works well with all the purple I've got going on today. So what I do is I dip my brush into the pigment, and then I take and I swirl it around in the cap and pat and get just a tiny, tiny amount. That's really all you need. Not a whole lot. And then I take and just rub it here on my brow bone. Alright, let me finish up my other eye and I'll come back clean up my fallout and stuff in just a minute. Okay, now I don't know if you can see really well, but I've got some fallout here. I've got a little bit under my eyes, which happens even if you pat your pigments on, you're still going to get a little bit of fallout. I take a baby wipe, and if you don't have a toddler or a baby around the house, you may not have any, but you can get a cheap pack at Walgreens or the dollar store or wherever. I just take my baby wipe and just swipe. And bring that up. Voila. That's all there is to it. Yeah, it's that easy. Ta-da! I'm gonna do a separate video for liner and mascara, which will be available on YouTube also. Bye!